friends. So today what we are going to do is we are going to make sun with using lines. Okay, so let's see the supplies that we need. We need watercolor, we need crayons, we need something to draw a circle with, we need paper. We're just using half the paper. Okay, let's cut this paper right now. We're going to fold the paper like a book. We are going to match both the sides. You may need help from your mom or dad for this. Ask them to cut the paper in half. Okay, so I got a crease and I'm going to cut on the crease. So you guys are small, you need help to find the middle of the paper, right? We are going to save this half of the paper for our next project. Today we are only using this half. I'm going to put that also away right now because I'm going to show you guys how we are going to make this fancy sun. Okay, so let's take our whiteboard, or if you have, also one more thing that we need is, because we are using watercolor, we need some water. Okay, so let me put the water away. So what we're going to do is we are going to take this lid. Okay, I'm using a bigger lid for this one because this is a bigger size than the paper. So we are going to trace a circle right in the middle. Okay, and then we are going to draw the rays. So the rays we are going to draw using any kind of line that you learned. Remember the lines that we learned last week, some of the simple lines. Lines can be lines, you can make straight lines like this, right? You can make wavy lines. Okay, you can make short lines, you can make spiky lines like this, you can make, let me erase this sun right now. So I'm just putting number of lines that we have. 3, this is 4, 4, 3. Now 5, another line that we can make for the rays. Can you think? Maybe we can make lines like that and then maybe arrows like that. I don't know, I'm just thinking of some lines. Maybe you can make line dot 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 for the rays. Okay, 7, you can make, don't think of complicated lines, okay? Maybe, or you can make a combination of long and short lines for the rays. So we have maybe 7 is enough of lines that we can use. Okay, this is for the rays. Inside the sun, we are going to use some fancy lines. This is for the rays. For the inside, let's see, maybe again you can use lines or shapes inside. Let's think of some lines. Maybe lines like this. Oh, it is already taking up all the space. Maybe 2 or 3. I will show 2 or 3. Maybe inside the circle you can draw that. Maybe, can you see, if this is a circle, maybe you can draw small circles inside. Maybe you can draw a dot and another line. What is that? A smile? So you can draw one of these inside. So for the rays, this one. For the inside of the sun, this. Okay, so if you want to practice draw these lines one more time that I showed, it would be a good idea to practice draw those lines one more time, because whichever rays you are choosing, I showed you these many, right? Which one you're using, practice to draw on the whiteboard a few times. The reason is we are going to not use the marker, or we are going to use the brush okay, paintbrush to draw those lines. So you need a few practice to make those lines with the brush. So go ahead, choose one of these lines for the rays and then practice that, okay? And then you can practice these also, okay? Now, maybe after you are done, maybe I'll show you how we are going to do that. You can draw everything with a pencil on the scrap paper or on the whiteboard, and then we'll do everything on the paper, okay? Are you guys back? So I'm going to erase these patterns that we made. Now, what we'll be doing is we will be making the circle in the middle of the paper. So suppose this is there. The next thing what we'll have to do is we need to create a pattern inside. Whatever thing that you need, if you want to make this a spiral, go ahead and make the spiral line. Practice a few times making it inside the circle. If you want it to be lattice shape like this, go ahead, make that and practice that, okay? Another one that I showed was circle, right? It looks more like the inside of a moon, but that is also fine. Practice that if you are making that, or if you're making this simple line, go ahead, practice that. So we have a few options. Put that in the middle, practice that. Then what you're going to do is practice making the rays. So let me show you a simple way to get the right amount of rays around. So what I usually do is I put my first rays on top, okay? So whatever type of rays, some of you have chosen straight lines, some of you would have decided on using these lines, whatever it is, or you would have thought of using rays like this, right? One long, one short, one long, one short, and or spiky ones like this one, or line dot dot dot. If that is the one that you choose, use that, okay? What I'm going to do is we are going to first practice putting the rays in the order. So I'm going to start from here. I'm going to practice the simplest one. One straight down, one on top, one on the bottom, one on the right side, one on the left side, one in between these two. Find the middle in between these two, draw another one. One in between these two, another one in between these two. So see, you have enough of these. In case you want to make smaller rays in between, you can go ahead, make smaller lines in between. See? So if you were making squiggly, let me show you on the squiggly rays that if you are making, you would have made it this way, the same way. Whatever rays you were making, you would do the same way, okay? Then if you want one in between, got it? So this is how we are doing it. So now let's put this away. Take the paper, put it this way, take the circle, okay? I'm going to take my pencil and slightly trace it. Pressing this down in the middle, I am tracing this. It doesn't have to be super dark because we are going to use watercolor, right? Now, what you need to do next is you are going to take the crayons and inside the thing, the shape, the lines that I showed, you are going to make those with the crayon. So you can choose what color you are using. It should be from the colors that I'm showing. It should be warm colors, okay? So it can be yellow. You could use orange if you want, or you could use red. So choose one from this, whatever, only one. I'm going to choose yellow, And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the pattern or the design that I showed. I showed you, right? It can be a face, like 2 eyes and a mouth. It doesn't matter. It can be some type of spiral line. It can be a lattice line. It can be some circle or whatever shape. Okay, so I'm going to, maybe I'll make the eyes. We'll draw a nose also and a mouth. So you need to press really well when you do this. Otherwise, when you put watercolor on top, you won't be able to see that. Okay. So next, I'm going to put this away. Then next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this maybe. Okay, maybe I'm going to take my old crayon box and then watch what I'm going to do. I'm just very lightly, I'm going to color outside. Very lightly, I'm not pressing too hard. I just need a very light layer of blue. Okay, don't press too hard. The reason is if you press too hard with the crayon, the watercolor won't go on top. So watch what I'm doing. I'm putting the crayon on the side and just lightly, I wanted to make it look like it is the sky. Very lightly, like this. Did I put a lot of blue? No, if you look closely, you would be able to see the blue, otherwise not. That's all. Okay, if you have the skin on the crayon, you will hold the crayon like this and then go lightly like this. Okay, so once you're done, you're going to put this away. Now you are going to take your crayon and then, not the crayon, the watercolor. And then, do you remember how to wake these fellows up? What we need to do is we need to add some water. What color I'm going to use is, I'm going to use maybe little bit of orange inside. Okay, and maybe the rays would be like either maybe red for the rays. Okay, so I'm going to put we're not using yellow, so I'm just going to put water, 3 drops of water in orange and 3 drops of water in red. Now, are they awake? No, they're still sleepy. So I need to wake them up. So what should I do? I need to tickle them, right? So before that, before I start tickling, I need to check whether I'm holding my brush in the right way. Is this where I should be holding my brush? On the metal part? No, this is the danger zone. Don't hold it there. You are supposed to put your brush, the fingers on the very next to the metal part. Okay, and then you're going to hold it like you're holding your pencil, not like this, like you hold your brush, the toothbrush, not the way you hold your toothbrush, not like you hold your knife or yours. Okay, you will hold it like you hold your pencil, right next to the metal part. You are going to swirl the brush a few times in orange, maybe 6, 7, 8, because we want it to be nice and bright. So I'm swirling, and watch, am I swirling too fast? If I swirl it too fast, what do you think is going to happen? I'm going to splatter the paint onto the next colors. That would be messy. I don't want that to happen. I want the palette to be clean so that when I want to use yellow, I have yellow, not orange. When I need to use green, I want it to be green, not orange. Okay, orange should be in the place where orange should be, not here, 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 or here. So I think I have enough of orange right now. So watch how I'm going to paint this. I'm making a fence. I'm making a fence. So where am I making the fence? I'm going along the line, the pencil line that I made. I'm making the line. I'm taking my time. I'm doing this very carefully. Okay. Once I have the fence, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in the color. Am I doing this super fast? If I do this super fast, the color will get outside the fence. Okay, we don't want it to be super fast. And then if you're running, see what's happening? The brush is super dry. I'm taking a sip of the brush. I put the brush in the water, dipped it in the water. And if I use just that, there will be light paint. So I'm just taking a little bit of paint from here and then I'm coming back. So each time I dip in the water, if there is excess paint, I can spread it out. I'm pushing the paint away from the eye. Well, I think when it dries, it will be fine. Or you can take a paper towel and then just going to take off some paint from the eyes so that you can see the eyes better. Okay, so I'm done painting the face of the sun. So one thing I need you guys to remember is when you're pressing, see that don't press your brush down, and see that you're pretend that this is a ballerina. So if this is a ballerina, the ballerina should be standing on the tippy toes. So this is the toes. Pretend that this is the tippy toes and your ballerina is standing on the tippy toes and dancing at all time. When it's the ballerina is dancing, she should be or he should be standing on the tippy toes. Okay. And then another thing I want you guys to do is not press too hard. So see, this way, does a ballerina dance that way? No. And then if you keep on scrubbing instead of painting, if you try to scrub on the paper, what happens is the paper is not that thick. It is going to rip. Okay. So once you're done painting in one place, even if you feel like, okay, this is not that dark enough, I want it to be super dark, don't go and paint right now. You can wait for it to dry and then you can put another layer. Got it? Okay. So now I'm going to dip my brush in water. I don't have to wash my brush right now because orange is made by mixing what colors? Do you remember what are the colors that we mixed when we made orange? We mixed red and yellow. So already orange has red in it. So it's not going to make a dirty color. You will get nice bright red even if you don't wash your brush. Okay, so I'm swirling my brush a few times to wake the colors because the colors are still sleepy. And see that you do this like me, don't do this super fast. Okay, so once you have enough colors, see, still my brush bristles are pointy. Okay, yours also should be pointy. Okay, we are going to start with whatever line that you decided for the race from here on the top, and one we'll do it down. Okay, so maybe this time I'm going to make this line and I'm going to make one here, and then the next one I'm going to do it on the right. My paint is drying up, so I'm putting some more, and then I'm putting one on this side. Got it? Now, what do you think I'm going to do? Where am I going to put the next line? I'm going to put one here. In between. One in between. Dip the thing in paint. If your paint is drying out, one in between here. See? Then, if you want, you can make more rays in between. So maybe right now what I'm thinking is maybe I should make some orange rays in between. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, red is a very strong color. I need to lightly wash my brush. So when I'm washing my brush, I am like sweeping the floor of my container. See how I'm sweeping? So it took off some of red. Okay, now I'm going to put some water in this. I'm going to swirl. Now I'm going to make some lines in between these. So these lines are orange. Our sun looks like it's really hot, right? Because there is more of orange and red. It makes you feel like it is super hot. And now we are done with the project. Okay, all you need to do is wait for this to dry. If you want, should we use yellow? No, we'll stop here. Or maybe we can use a little bit of yellow. Let me wash my brush really well. You guys are also sweeping the floor really well. And you're going to put a few drops in yellow. If your water is too dirty, go get some clean water. Mine is not that dirty, so I'm using the yellow like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some yellow lines in between each, because there is some space here, right? So I'm making some yellow lines here. It looks like the sun has crazy hair. I think I liked it when I added the yellow also. So you guys are done now. What you need to do is write your name here in the corner and your grade and your room number. I just put a pretend room number there. And you guys are going to, once this dry, you're going to take a picture of this and then email me in the email address that I put, okay, at the end of the video. I've seen a lot of work that you guys have sent and they are all so cute. I'm waiting for you guys to send today's art also so that I can see how cute they turned out to be. I want to see what you did for the face of the sun, whether you used the eyes, nose and mouth, or whether you used a pattern. Okay, so till we meet next week. Okay, one more thing. Before you are done, you need to wait for this to dry before you hang it up somewhere or display somewhere. Before you go, I need you guys to wash your brush. So sweep the floor really well, and then there won't be any paint. And then remember, we are not closing this right now because we want this to the paint, the water to dry, otherwise it's going to be moldy. You're going to place the brush here. If some paint got onto the side, wipe it clean. Put all your supplies back except for the watercolor right now. Okay, so till we meet next time. Bye bye.